Now we're going to do the slice of cheese with a hole puzzle. Because this piece of Swiss cheese only has a single hole in it. So, it doesn't look like I set any dimensions for the actual shape of the slice of cheese. So I'm just going to draw a shape and then extrude it. We can set these as equal by hitting E or the equals button. And then let's do a 3-point arch. And I didn't make it tangent, so this looks around good. Did it see how tall it needed to be? Nope, but it looks like 5 inches would be about right. So let's make this 5. And, oh, nope, that's way too tall. I lied, because I made the sides way too short. Let's make it around 2. That looks a little more right. First of all, let's change this to a yellow color. Then, what we can do now is we can fillet all the sides, just to make it look nice. And my computer is running slow because I am using the screen recording software while I'm doing Onshape, which is really messing things up. Okay, what's happening here? There we go. And this side. And let's put this down to 0.1. Oh, I forgot to fillet one of the sides, so I'll just go back to fillet and select one more side. And I think I got them all. That looks right. Okay. Now, for the hole, we're going to do an extrude remove. The hole is angled 30 degrees from his horizontal line. So, first of all, let's use these angles to make a plane. And we can make a plane here by using 3 points, because 3 points is one way you could define a plane. There's multiple others. For example, I could offset and then, or I could do line angle. But for this situation, when we want a plane down the middle, I'm going to select these midpoints and select this one down here, and that gets us this plane that goes through. This hole is angled 30 degrees from a horizontal line. So, now essentially what we need to do is we need to create another plane 30 inches off of that. So, plane, if it ever loads, let's see. Line angle's the one we're going to use. That's what it's called. So, if we sketch on plane 1, and sometimes you can get too many planes on one screen, so I'm just going to disable all these. And I'm going to find, let's see, the midpoint, defined by the origin, because that's how we set up our piece of cheese. Just draw it like such. And then we can create a plane from that line. Line angle. So we have this, and what do we want? We want 30 degrees. But we want that 30 degrees. It says select an additional point, plane, or axis to specify where that 30 degrees starts from. So we'll select the original plane, and that will be our 30 degrees. Then it's an additional 30 degrees up as well. So here's what we can do. We can select plane 2, and we can start drawing on this. And doesn't really matter how high up the actual hole is, it says, just that it's at that angle. So we can draw this, and we will draw a line perfectly horizontal, and then angle these, so this is 30 degrees. Now, we need one more plane, so we can draw a circle on top and go straight through the hole. And the way to do that is actually learning a third way to define a plane, and that is by point normal. When a line is normal to a plane, it's coming straight perpendicularly off of it. So, we select this point and the line, and that is such that the point is on the plane and the line is perpendicular to the plane. So that defines where we have plane 3. So this challenge is really just a bunch of ways to use a plane. Now, on top of plane 3, we can sketch a circle right where that point is. Since that point is already dimensioned right, that looks way too big. Let's do 0.5. Is that right? That's a little large. 0.3. Okay. Now we select this and we extrude. And we're going to extrude at an angle. We're going to do remove. Merge scope. Since these aren't touching, we have to enter the merge scope first. Or if I pull this through... Oh, no, it didn't actually select it. So I select what we're removing from. And I can either drag it all the way through, but the best practice in this case is to use through all. So if we change the slice of the cheese later on, it will still always go all the way through it. And here's our slice of cheese. It looks a little shorter than the one I designed earlier in the picture, but you get the point.